On what is Aberdeen's 120th birthday, the Dons, plus over 2,500 fans, make the trip to Dingwall to see if the lads can make it 6 wins from 6 and put clear space between us and third place Hearts. Kick-off at the Global Energy Stadium is in 1 hour's time. Here are your Scottish Premiership fixtures for the weekend. So a big game in Edinburgh tomorrow, which could determine whether we keep a big gap between us and Hearts and Hibs. Livingston take on St Johnstone, Motherwell are at home to Dundee United, and Rangers host St Mirren on Sunday at Celtic against Kilmarnock. So let's take a look at the top of the table and just put that all into context. So a win tonight in Dingwall will take us to 50 points. That will be 5 points clear of Hearts and 10 points clear of Hibs in 6th place. All to play for tonight up in the Highlands. Hi there, good evening. How are you doing this Friday night? A very warm welcome to Ali Beg ABTV here on YouTube. So, big game tonight at the Global Energy Stadium. A huge travelling crowd as well to support the Dons on what is our 120th unbroken history. Tonight is all about you. This is your opportunity for you to tell us what you think about tonight's game. Tell us about the team news, which we'll confirm in just a moment, and feel free to interact with each other. All you have to do if you're watching for the very first time is underneath the video, there is a live chat. Just leave your comments there. Be respectful, be nice, and please don't use bad language. So there is only one place to start tonight. Let's confirm the team news, and it's slightly surprising. Just the one change. Graham Shinney has come in for what we think must be an injured Hilbert Ramadani, because Hilbert is not even in the match day squad. So Ryan Duncan keeps his place in midfield. So I've put together what I think will be the formation tonight, and this is where I'm looking for your participation. Tell me what you think. So I think he'll stay with the same formation that we played against Kilmarnock at the weekend in St Johnstone, our last away game. 3 at the back, 5 across. Duke just playing in that floating row just behind Bojan Majowski. So Johnny just playing to the left of Graham, who I think will come in the left-hand side of Leighton Clarkson, who will play in the middle. And then I think Ryan will play just to the right of Leighton Clarkson. But he might be used as sort of that floating man alongside Duke, maybe just to go into that hole, very much like what he did against Kilmarnock on Saturday. Ross McCrory just to sort of play up and down the right-hand side flank. So that's roughly what I think the formation will be today. So let me know what you think. Barry Robson gave his usual pre-match press conference. This is what he had to say. We know that we're going to have to stay in the fight. We're going to have to be in the fight because that's what the game will demand. The message will be clear to the players on that, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we can try and put on a good performance for the fans. We've got 2,500 fans going up. What a boost that is for myself, the staff, and the players. They've been outstanding for us, so hopefully we can perform well for them. So that's what Barry had to say today. So also coming up on the show tonight, I did an old interview with former striker Adam Rooney, and I've never actually put it out on the channel. So I thought what I would do is I'm going to basically use it as a new, it's a new Begs Banter. So just bear with me while I pull it in. And that's going to be coming up on the channel next week. So I just thought what I would do is I would tease that. So before we get into the crux of your comments and talking about tonight's game, I wanted to tease Adam Rooney for you. And this is where he talks about the 2014-15 season, where he scored 28 goals in one season. And this is what he puts that success down to. So I want to go back to the season after the cup final. Which was 2014-15. In that season, you scored 28 goals. What do you think was the key to that success?
I think it's coming off the back of having such a good start to the previous campaign when it came in, and obviously done well, hit the ground running. And I think I finished my first year there with about 9 goals. I think in I can't remember how many games it was, but was obviously confident coming back, and then we got off to a great start, obviously, with the Europa League draw. I was looking forward to that, so came back with confidence, and the team had been doing well off the back of the League Cup success, and then obviously banged that hat-trick against Riga. So I think after the European games, the first few rounds, I'd got about 5 or 6 goals on my belt already. So going into the season with the goals on the belt and the confidence from the previous year, I think that's really stood to me. I think the link up as well between myself, Johnny, and Niall was an even better understanding than the previous year. And my job was just to get in the box. I knew my job, get in the box, and luckily we were a team that were creating a lot of chances. So yeah, no, I think hitting the ground running in terms of pre-season and getting a few goals in Europe obviously gave us a boost.
So that full interview with Adam is coming up next week on a brand new edition of Beg's Banter. I'll probably put it out on Monday or Tuesday night. Just keep an eye out on the socials for the scheduling time for that interview. It was a fascinating interview. We only spoke about the season after the League Cup final. That's what we did. The seasons after the League Cup final against Inverness. Right, let's start opening it to you to see how you're all doing tonight. How are you feeling about tonight's game? I am. How can I put it? I'm quietly confident, like I was against St Johnstone last week, and then Kilmarnock. Delighted to see so many of you on tonight. Okay, let's start going through these. So Kaiser's come on. Fit like everybody. 3 points tonight, please. Come on, you Reds. Stuart Wilson. Oh, sorry. Kaiser's also said, Aberdeen FC, happy 120th birthday, standing free since 1903. Kaiser has asked, is there a technical hitch? I hope there isn't. Paul's asking why there's no Ramadani tonight. I guess he must be injured. I guess so, right? Okay, let's keep going. Laura 101's come on. He's asking how everybody is. Alexander Wallace has said good evening to everybody. Happy 120th birthday to the Dons. Laura 101 is saying what a shame Ramadani's not playing tonight. Scott W thinks it's 3 points incoming. 2-1 for the Dandies tonight. Bill W has wished everybody a good evening. Can see we're all thinking the same, where the flip is Rama injured or suspended. I think he's injured, right? Ewan Grant is on. Hi Ewan, how are you fella? He's wished everyone a good evening. Ramadani's out, which is a blow. Going to be a tricky evening, I suspect. Magic travelling support's going to be the key. Hi Elliot, hope you're well. Laura 101 has said, hope Malky Mackay wasn't lying when he said he only had 6 players fit for tonight. Transmission GGB has said, yo back. Kevin Tom has said, come on you Reds, heed first. He's predicted a 3-0 win for the Dons, a Duke brace and Majowski. Al Mitchell has asked how everybody is. Come on, you Reds. Elliot's predicting a 2-0 win for the Dons, Duke and Majowski. Al Mitchell is asking what's up with Rama. Kaiser has said with Hibs playing Hearts tomorrow, a win tonight would give us a good gap. Be a fantastic gap. Bill W has said he'll take a 1-0 win. I think we'd all take a 1-0 win at this stage. Transmission GGB has said, this has been a very tricky team for us this season, so let's hope we win this one now. We are playing like a proper team again. Excuse me. Yeah, this will be a very difficult game tonight. Whenever we go up to Ross County, they always make it difficult because Malky, to be fair to him, he always sets up his team to make them difficult to play against. So very much like what I expected at McDermott Park a couple of weeks ago, I think patience will be the key tonight. I do think we can unlock them. I think having Graham back and having Johnny just playing to that left-hand side, let's just get Duke on the ball as much as we can. Get him really on the front foot, attacking down that left-hand side, cutting inside, Bojan to make space for himself, Ryan Duncan just coming in to support as well. And then we'll have Ross on the other side, who I have no doubt will be bombing up and down. So, look, as much as they'll make it difficult for us, we can make it just as difficult for them tonight as well. I hope we don't make the type of mistakes that we made at the back the last time we played, which I don't think we will, because I think we are a completely different back 3, back 4 to what we were when we played them the last time. I think the mistakes that were being evidently made have now been eradicated, and we're a much more solid back line than what we were. So they're going to be in for a tricky game tonight, that is for sure. Richard Lumsden has said, feed the Duke, come on you Reds. Stuart Wilson has said, come on lads, 3 points, let's go. Kevin Craig had said, going to be a tough one tonight. I'd be happy with any kind of win. I agree. John Grant has wished everyone a good evening. Hi John, hope you're well. Feed the Duke, must be at it from the off. Absolutely. Scott W, I think this will be very tight, tense game. 2-1 for the birthday boys. A draw or Hibby win tomorrow will do just fine. Kaiser said, I'm always dubious about playing 3 at the back away from home. Scott W said, we've only drawn 2 games this season, both against County. Okay, I think that is IAF 1903. A wee bit concerned without Ramadani, but even so, come on you Reds. Suze has said she'll take a scrappy 1-0 win. Sugarland has said Ryan Duncan did very well as stand-in for Shinnie. I'm sure he will be a fine replacement for Dana Dinny. Erica Mitchell has said, good evening everyone. Hope we get 3 points against Ross County tonight and Duke to score at any time. Kaiser has said, Rooney. He was really good. So has Erica Mitchell. She's also said, Rooney. He was so good. Stuart Wilson has said, we've got to keep the momentum going, lads. 3 points and another win. Come on. Kieran Fowler, giving up for the match. Beers on ice, watching from Norway. Stand free. Simon Roy, Rooney. Am I in tune? Bill W, I've got a great pic of Adam Rooney holding my then baby son in the RDS. Wee lad is crying his eyes out and AR looks like a rabbit in the headlights. Oh dear. Kaiser has said our best striker over the last 20 years. Very difficult not to disagree. Simon Roy said 3 points will Duke. 3 points will do, Duke hat-trick. Ken Ewan has said, fast start again would be good, wouldn't it just? Transmission GGB has said, we'll take a 1-0 win tonight or anything that is a win, and a very happy birthday to the Dons. Right, keep those messages and your thoughts coming in. Just a very gentle reminder that we are edging so close to 2,500 subscribers. We're only about 30 away. I'd be absolutely thrilled if you would please consider, if you haven't done so already, subscribing to Ali Beg ABTV. Doesn't cost a thing. It's totally free. And all it means is you just help support me as we sort of build momentum going into 2023. Right, let's give you some more information about tonight's game. So Aberdeen are winless in the last 3 visits to Ross County. The last time the Dons won in Dingwall was back in September 2020. The Dons have won each of their last 5 league games, our longest such run within a single season since winning our first 8 league games back in 2015-16. In Duke and Bojan Majowski, Aberdeen are the first side to have 2 different players score 15 plus goals in a single Premiership season since Celtic in 2016-17. Aberdeen have won 12 out of their last 13 league fixtures, which they have contested on a Friday night. And finally, our referee for this evening is Ewan Anderson. On VAR duty is Greg Aiken. Now, coming up a little bit later, I'm going to do a live halftime show. So, if you would like to join us at halftime, I'll post the link a little bit later, and it just means that all Aberdeen fans can come to this platform and can interact with each other and talk about the first 45 minutes. Obviously, I can't show anything from the game because I'm not allowed to. But I just thought it might be fun to sort of interact with each other. So you can come here and just leave your messages, leave your opinions, leave your thoughts on the opening 45 minutes. Yeah, and let's just see how many people we get on. Okay, let's get back to your comments. Delighted to see we've got over 100 people on tonight. That's absolutely fantastic. Thank you. John Graham has said a big win tonight would pile the pressure on Hearts. Sugarland has said the boss never let on in his press conference yesterday about Ramadani, and he was asked a direct question on current injuries. Yes, he was. You're quite right. Which makes me think he might have picked up a niggle in training yesterday afternoon, because from what I understand, the boys travelled up. I think the boys travelled up last night, if I'm correct in saying that. He might have even picked up a niggle today. They might have done a light session. I don't know. We just don't know. I'm sure the boss will tell us in his pre-match interview on Red TV, which is coming up in about half an hour's time. Paul Donaldson has said, Ross County have got quite a few very late goals against us, so hopefully we manage to get a couple of early goals. Alexander Wallace has said, this will be a real test for Barry and hope he will organise the team without Rama. Hope I didn't jinx him by saying he was the heartbeat of the team. Graham Barron has said, fit like everyone, let's keep the good form going. Another difficult venue, Duke to score first. He will be desperate to beat his 16 seconds. Come on, you Reds. Jim Balfour has said, Ramadani got so far under Armstrong's skin on Saturday, he's possibly still burrowing out. James Brown has said, not concerned about how many goals we score, just enough to win will do. I agree. Baz Strachan has said, no Gorta tonight, yet Kelly Roos keeps his place. I did hear that he picked up a niggling injury, and that's one of the reasons why he's not starting. Al Mitchell has said, Rama did Shinny's job last week. Shinny will do Rama's tonight. Yeah, I think you could be right. Sugarland has said, again, a very good point. Both previous games versus County came before we took our medicine. Agreed. I think that's pronounced BG. I hope that's pronounced it, or BJ. BG. Oh, Ali, it's certainly not that. I'm going to stay with BG07. Hopefully Bavic gets some more minutes tonight, as he was pretty good in the last game. He was. There was enough of him to see how much potential this guy has got. Robert Mack has said, Shinny's 200th Dons game tonight. You're absolutely right. Graham Shinny makes his 200th Dons game tonight. Thank you, Robert, for reminding us of that. Scott W, that's a nice stat regarding Friday night games. I mind all too well when we couldn't buy a win on Friday night. Transmission GGB will be in for half-time. Thank you very much. Paul Donaldson has said, hopefully Hearts don't get the same change of manager bounce that we've had since Barry Robson started. David Scott has said, come on the Dons, let's do this. Hayden Ritchie has said, Friday night football seems to suit us, so let's keep the run going. Sugarland has said, Alfie's on the bench again, this time on merit. He absolutely is. So all I'm, again, when it comes to tests and difficult tests and sort of banana skin tests, this is where I thought the St Johnstone game was going to be a tricky game for Barry. We came through it just. But tonight, I think this game is going to be harder than the St Johnstone game, just because Ross County are one of those niggling teams who are difficult to break down. But I do genuinely believe if we get our noses in front, and I mentioned this on Saturday, if we get our noses in front in a game, I think we've become difficult to beat because we are now so solid at the back. So that's why I think, if we can get off to a flying start, very much like what we did on Saturday, it will put us in really good stead for the rest of the game. I think Ryan's going to have to do quite a bit of tracking back tonight. I fully expect when we don't have the ball for Ross and Johnny to sort of fall back into those wing back positions just to support the back three. You never know. It might not be a back three tonight, but I've just got a feeling it will be. So yeah, let's see. Kaiser said, hopefully Shinny will get to 300 games for us. Yeah, absolutely. Ewan Grant has said, now that you mention it, Bavic could be the ace up our sleeve tonight if he comes on. Yeah. Yeah, Sugarland's agreeing with you. And what I saw on him Saturday was very impressive and bodes very well. Kaiser's agreed with me that tonight will be our hardest test since Baza took over. Bill W makes a good point. Stephen Naismith's interview was a car crash in comparison to Barry's. Something tells me Hearts won't get the same bounce. I could be wrong, but I'm not convinced. Yeah. You see, the thing with Barry is, and I'm not suggesting this isn't with Stephen Naismith, but the thing with Barry is that he understands the DNA of the football club. You know, he lives in the area. He's been in the area for many years. Again, forgive me if I'm repeating myself, but he's always in and around the fan base. He's been in and around the club. You know, he's had to report to Derek McInnes. He's had to report to Jim Goodwin. He's had to report to Stephen Glass. So, because he's been in and around it and he totally gets it, I think that's what's put him in such a good place to be our interim manager now. And if he continues the way that he's doing, as we keep saying, there's absolutely no reason why he shouldn't get the manager's job full time. But I do think tonight is the big test. Scott W has also said, I always felt this game was going to be the tricky one. So look, let's just see how we go. Guys, I said, Naismith does walking away. Very good, Kaiser. Right, okay, guys, so we've done about 20 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it a night. There seems to be a sort of a glitch on the camera there. I'm sorry about that. So I'll be back at halftime. So right on the whistle, we'll come back in. We'll open it to the floor. And we'll just chat during sort of anything between 10 and 12 minutes so that you can get back, because I know that you've got to sort of navigate your way from television or online to YouTube and all that sort of stuff, which I'm also very conscious of. So listen, all that's left to say tonight is the very best of luck to the lads. Let's make it an absolutely brilliant 120th birthday. Let's make it an unforgettable night for those unbelievable fans that, again, have sacrificed so much to be in Dingwall tonight. And to all the fans that are watching around the world, let's just hope it's going to be an absolutely brilliant night tonight. And we do put a significant gap between us and Hearts in 4th place, and just keep the momentum going. 6 wins out of 6. Who would have thought it? 6 wins out of 6. Right, guys, enjoy the game. Take care, and I'll see you again at halftime. Bye for now.